guys? We live here on BCB Plus as we're talking all things WWE Crown Jewel. It's going to be in Perth, Australia. We got kind of a loaded card here. We'll get into that in a little bit. But first, guys, you got to welcome back. He is a key player, an A-plus player here on BCB Plus. Of course, you know him from DFPN, the No Gimmicks podcast. He is the tribal chief here at BCB Plus, our good friend, Mr. Kelvin Cayley, who looks just a little bit more handsome the last time I saw you. I like the glasses, man. You look good.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man.
I'm making you blush already. You're putting in the work, man. You look a little bit more handsome every time I see you. I know that's Bully's gimmick, but I'm just speaking the truth here, man.
I may have to say I woke up and I felt a little more handsome today.
Yeah, I think you did. I believe it, man. He looked in the mirror and he's like, all right, let's go, man. You look good, man, and you're putting in the work. I love to see that, man. But we have to talk about Crown Jewel. I wanted to have you here specifically, man, because you have so many good takes. And this Cody thing with Seth has been very, very interesting. I thought Raw last week was, again, very interesting because it was just very story-driven. We saw a lot of range from some of the characters, people like Seth and Paul Heyman. So there was a lot going on. But let's start with this one. It looks like this one kind of came to be last week, and I'll share out the stream, Kelvin, real quick while we take a look at this. We have Roman Reigns once again going up against Bronson Reed. Now, I believe, it doesn't say on here, but I believe this is an Australian street fight, so I'm interested to see what that means in the match and what that might mean, Kelvin, for the outcome of this with Roman Reigns. What do you got on this one, bro?
This is an interesting one, specifically because of Paul Heyman. And Paul he's been teetering the line lately. You know what I mean? He's kind of in flux right now. And I think the street fight may end up giving Paul an out. And I don't know if he's trying to distance himself from the vision, but it appears this way. He's been a little more wise man-ish. You know what I mean? More Uzi, if you will.
Ooh, I like that.
He's been there, man. And so I don't know if this is going to give him an out to come back to the bloodline, but with all the other stories taking place, and Roman was a very, very huge part of Raw. A very huge part of Raw this past Monday. And you're right, man. They were way more story-driven. But the fact that we have Roman in a legitimate storyline and Bronson is in this storyline too, they're kind of like passing the history off of the tribal thief and the tribal chief. And I don't know, the Australian street fight gives way to, we may get some shenanigans. I'm hoping so, but you never know.
Yeah, it's interesting what you say, Kelvin. I'll ask you this real quick. I'll go to the chat. James McGrady, Jumbo Ref, welcome in. Jumbo's doing some great work here on the Indies. Shout him out. Of course, you know this guy, Jeffrey T. Fountain, ready to go. USDN, you know him here on BCP Plus as well. Jeff, I want your takes always, man. Another one of the wise men over here. But Kelvin, I want to ask you this. You said how Heyman was distancing himself from the vision, which you saw a little bit of, where Seth is just like, be honest with me. You talked about him being more of a wise man, but do you think he's being a little bit more of perhaps an advocate, if you catch my drift, because we're starting to see in past the relationship with Brock? Does Brock come into this fold somehow? Am I fantasy booking here? Am I thinking too far into it?
That's not a far off look. And if Brock is out of sight, out of mind, it leads to a great surprise as well. But for me, the clear thing for me is he's distancing himself from the vision. That's the clear part. Where he goes.
100%. It's interesting because I don't want to get too far ahead, but I messaged you guys and I'm like, the way things are coming together, like, is there a way, because Survivor Series is coming or War Games or whatever it's going to be, I'm kind of seeing like just like the way people are coming together. I talked about how like the bloodline on separate shows are kind of reuniting. Do we have more than one Survivor Series match? Do we have more than one War Games match for the men? How is this going to play out? I think I could see something with the bloodline again, but I think more so I kind of see like a super team. Cena, and I know a lot of people don't want to see Cena in a Survivor Series match. They want to see him in a one-on-one. I wouldn't mind seeing him in a super team. He just gets to work with more people. He kind of gets to have like a last hurrah with some of the big baby faces. So maybe Cody, Cena, Randy, who has a huge asterisk because Randy could go either way. maybe Punk, one of the Usos, and then going against, I think the Vision is just ready to go for Survivor Series in any form or fashion. But who is the fourth male in that? Is it Brock? So maybe I'm getting a little too crafty with that, but just thinking ahead.
No, I could actually see that happening. I could actually see that happening. And if it is Paul Heyman as the advocate, then that makes all the sense.
It does. Who do you think gets the dub here? Because I think last time, if I remember correctly, it was Roman Bronson. I think Roman got the win, and that was a straight singles match, if I'm remembering correctly. Who gets the win here? Is the street fight a factor? Is the Vision a factor? What's happening here?
Street fight tells me Bronson is going to get the win, because we may get shenanigans in this match. So, and if it is shenanigans, I may lean towards what you're thinking, man. I think Brock may be a factor in this match.
Yeah, I think so too. And you got me. My wheels turning because you said the Heyman.
Yeah, and then Heyman's forced to make a decision. So
fascinating. And Gina agreeing, and or I'm sorry, Heather agreeing. Welcome, Heather, to chat, saying Braun, our favorite thing. So I'm going to say Heather's got Bronson Reed as well. You know what? I'll copy your guys' homework. I'm going to say Bronson Reed because of the street fight of it all. Who could come in? I don't think Brock's coming out here. Could happen. I don't think he's going to Australia. We'll see. Maybe. But I think because the street fight of it all, the Vision of it all, I will say I don't want to say the safe pick, but I think a smart pick would be Bronson Reed. And again, very underrated on the microphone. I really like Bronson Reed on the microphone. His promos are very, very good. They make sense. He brings his heritage into it as well. So very underrated. BCP, shout out Anthony Fazio, one of the best fans here in the independent. It's always good seeing Fazio, who always brings me Ninja Turtle stuff, man. As you can see,
that's awesome.
I love the Ninja Turtle stuff. So shout out Fazio for that. I appreciate that, brother. Heather in the chat saying, "Hey guys, hope all's well. Hope all's well with you." And Heather also saying, "Oh man, not shenanigans." Yeah, I think we're gonna get some shenanigans here. We'll see what happens. Kelvin, I have a lot of thoughts on this match. Honest thoughts. Give me everything you got, Kelvin, on this one. Vicaire with the jetpack, the new WWE Women's World Champion versus Tiffy Time, undefeated, I think they're saying, in 2025, which is a factor. Of course, we have Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion. I might even say the real winners could be the fans here. But what do you got on this one,
you know me, I've been pushing this narrative all year. The women have been killing it. I think this one may be my lock for match of the night, bro. And it's Vicaire. I think this one's gonna be my lock for match of the night. And interestingly, this is happening in Saudi, and I believe this is a stage for Stephanie Vicaire. I think this is the coming out party, if you will, for her global superstardom, because she's on that big stage. It's going to be on ESPN. They're in Saudi Arabia. I do think this is where she levels up. I like this matchup, and I like that it's champion versus champion, but I don't see Tiffy Time coming out of this one a winner. This is the one time I don't see Tiffy coming out of this the winner, because I do believe the stage is set for Stephanie to level up.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, we'll throw it to Heather first, saying it's Tiffy Time for the win. So Heather going the other way. And guys, like we would say, we want you to be part of this conversation. Chime in the chat. We'll read as many comments as we can. We want to know your guys' takes too, so I can copy your homework and sound smart. No, I kid. I'm going to copy Kelvin, though, as I often do, because obviously I think I picked against Vicaire once since we've been doing this with her in WWE, and I was wrong, and I'll never make that mistake again. I think it was against Jordan Grace. You were on, right? And it was hard for me to make that pick, and I won't say never, but I won't pick against her for a long time. I won't be made to look a fool again, Kelvin. I think Stephanie Vicaire has that jetpack, winning both those titles in NXT, winning the Battle Royal at Evolution, winning the Women's World Championship that quickly, that jetpack. Why stop it here? Now, the fact that they keep saying on SmackDown, Tiff is undefeated. Tiff is undefeated in 2025. That's great. But I think a loss could be kind of detrimental to Stephanie Vicaire right now. I think Tiffy can afford the loss. And her title reign's been good and her matches have been great. There's just been like, and this is nitpicky stuff. I always feel bad nitpicking, but there's been like little things, like the thing with Charlotte. Some of the matches have fallen apart recently. Again, to no one's fault. People got
Right,
injured.
right.
I shout out Aja Smith for doing a great job keeping everyone safe. I know everyone was like very nitpicky with that match and the count and all that. She was running back and forth, making sure Jade stopped bleeding. She was communicating with everyone. So I think people got kind of caught up in the count of it all, but I think she was just doing a really good
Yeah.
job keeping everyone safe. So that's super important. I digress, but Tiffy's run has been interesting and her matches have been great. I think there's just been little tiny things I can nitpick or hiccup. Obviously the promo with Charlotte again comes to mind. That's not saying she should lose, but I just think Vicaire is just the total package. She's tough. She's great in the ring. She said how wrestling fed her. She said how wrestling is her first language, and she's so tough and um, edgy and great in the ring and well trained, but also so endearing. I think her promos are so endearing, and her taking the time to go in NXT and learn the language and just to show her respect with Io after their match. I mean, this is a different kind of wrestler who really respects the craft. And I think just Vicaire, I just think just keep building her, and I think a win against Tiffy would build her that much more. So I'm gonna go Vicaire on this one.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
See what the chat's got. We're throwing up the ones for Kelvin in the chat already. Makes sense, Kelvin. Yeah, that's why he's here. The voice of reason here on BCP. Gina shouting out. I have Stephanie Vicaire as well. And then I think it's another Kelvin shout out. The wise man knows things. I agree. Yeah.
Appreciate
Throw him
you.
up for Kelvin. Now, Gina messaged. Yeah, throw him up for Kelvin. You guys know. So Gina messaged me offline. No surprise here, Kelvin. She's very upset that Damian Priest is not part of this PLE once again. Former, world heavyweight champion. I think he's taking on Alistair this week on SmackDown. I think that's a thing. I think they're settling it. I could be wrong. I think it's this week. I don't know what the time looks like. I don't know if they're in Perth this week or whatever it is. But she straight up told me she does not like Alistair Black, and she loves Damian Priest. I like them both, but I like Alistair.
I get it. You've been riding hard for Damian this whole time, so it is what it is.
Oh boy, yeah, and I respect. It's like when you stick with your team, like I have with the Nets for all these very sad years. Heather in the here we go. Heather's saying, "Can we show a little more of Roman's face above the chat?" I'll see what I could do. Asking for the logistics of the show. What a great that's comment of the night. I got to give out a T-shirt or something for comment of the night. That's great. I love that. All right, where are we going next here, Kelvin? Great stuff so far. We're having a lot of fun. Give me your honest thoughts on this one. This, to me, a lot of moving parts. I think it's going to be a really great match resulting. But tell me, Kelvin, before you pick your winner, what you thought of the build of this one. Of course, we have Io teaming with Rhea. I love them together versus Asuka and Kairi Sane, people who, the IWC has been given a lot of criticism to. Man, what's your take on all this?
I want to say that Kairi, you got to understand that all three of these women, Kairi, Io, and Asuka, they have been working behind a language barrier. So the fact that we have a cohesive story that we can follow with these three ladies is nothing short of amazing. They've been telling us a great story. Kairi Sane has been the star of this story because she is the one that's having to make a choice. And that leads us to this match. Her teaming with Asuka is kind of like, we need you to do the right thing, Kairi. But here's my theory. I don't think she's the one you need to worry about. I think Io's the one you need to worry about teaming with Rhea because of a conversation that they had, and it goes back to Rhea not knowing the culture of these ladies, and she's keep interjecting herself into what they call the family business. This is our business. You know what I mean? Like, this is our problem. It's not yours. Stay out of this. But she keeps getting involved. And I think this is a trap, honestly. I think this is a trap for these ladies to get back together. And I do think Io will turn and join her mentors and they will beat up Rhea. I think they've already set the trap. But I do think this makes the version of that stable that they've already had before that much stronger, because Io has been on a crazy run in 2025. And if her and Rhea get into a feud because of a turn, that's going to cement her, even if she beats Rhea. Imagine that. If she turns and she beats Rhea, you can't argue that Io did not have the greatest year that any woman's had in that company. It's going to be very tough to argue. So my pick is Asuka and Kyrie will win this match with Io Sky turning on Rhea Ripley.
Oh man. I was a little like, I don't want to say it was too many moving parts, but like I had a lot of trouble keeping up with like who was loyal to who, with like, because a lot of it was done backstage, and it's such like a very yelly fashion, and then like Rhea would kind of check in, and then like Kyrie was kind of conflicted at times, so there's a lot of moving parts, and I think you had a great point that it could all be kind of a diversion for Io to turn, because Io. And I've always been a huge Io fan, but when she turned heel in NXT, it was seamless. Like, she's still kind of that character with that music. To this day, she's still similar to that character, even though she's a total babyface. And I want to echo what you said about her being arguably one of the best women's competitor, arguably one of the best wrestlers, period, this year. Period, man. You said it perfectly. So I got to let what you said marinate, man, because that makes so much sense. And I wouldn't hate it, because she's been killing it. She's been putting on these great matches, arguably multiple match of the years. One with Stephanie, one with Rhea, one with triple threats. There's been a lot. So let me go to the chat real quick and see what you guys got. Gina in the chat, she's going to go with Io and Rhea to win. Heather in the chat saying, I agree, Io and Mommy is a fierce duo. Oh, yeah. Now, Gina, I think, saying what Kelvin's saying, Io will turn on Rhea and someone will come out and help Rhea Ripley. Also, maybe at the end. So that could happen. Okay. And a head turn for Kelvin's point. Dude, that's me always with Kelvin, all right? JVD Front Row Mafia, thanks for staying up, checking in, man. I know you always check in, and we really appreciate it. Let's see what you got on this one. It says, Kyrie has the greatest elbow since Macho Madness. Ooh, I could agree with that. That's good, JVD. Kyrie turning face so Asuka can go nuclear heel.
I like that, too.
Okay. Both have been lights out. This sets the table. Could you have both? That's even too many.
Yeah, that's way
moving
too
parts,
many.
right? But
that is a great point, though.
Does Kyrie just go babyface? I think this match it's just gonna end, and then there's aftermath. But if Io turns on Rhea during the match, then Asuka and Kyrie obviously win. I'm gonna play it safe, and this isn't as fun as everything you guys are saying, and I hate that I'm playing it safe. But because it's over there, because it's Perth, I'm going to say Rhea and Io get the win, and it just causes more tension between Kyrie and Asuka. That's not nearly as fun or as good as what you're saying.
It's in Perth.
No, it's well, it usually is. It usually is. All good, there's a lot of wrestling, bro. There's so much wrestling.
But that's my pick is Io's turning on Rhea. It makes all the more sense now that they're in Australia. That way, those three ladies can get the maximum amount of heat.
And this is where I contradict myself. I'll be the first one to call myself a hypocrite here. But I'll stick with my pick. But you're right, because my scenario is like they win, and then Kyrie and Asuka still have that little mini feud. It's like nothing changes, nothing evolves. That's not exciting anymore, right? What you gave me is way more exciting. This is a new story, evil Io. So that's great. In the chat, Heather saying, yes, play it safe. That's right. That's what Vicky said when she started dating me. We have JVD. All right, we got this one already. Good stuff, guys. Thank you very much. Let's go to our next one. We'll save Cody and Seth for last. So this one, one more time. Styles v Cena. What a treat. I don't take these things for granted. Obviously, Cena with 5 more dates. There will be 4 after this one. I think there's one at Madison Square Garden. There's one in Washington, D.C., which I think will be his last one. I'm hoping to be covering both because since it's over here on the east side of the US, I'm hoping to be at both in some form or fashion. I'm hoping to be covering it. But since there's so few dates, Kelvin, this was pretty much done on social media. Typically, I don't want to say I hate that because I like that you can use social media or interviews or stuff like that as a tool. It doesn't have to be Raw, it doesn't have SmackDown. But when it's completely on social media, that for me, I'm just like, it's and it comes together so fast. You have two baby faces here. You don't need to fabricate any
Mhm.
sort of story. They want to fight each other. AJ's at the end of his career, as he's announced as well. You get a total pass from me. You get a total pass from me personally. Would I have liked to seen some more of a build? I guess maybe, but they have a history. We don't need it. I think the way they did it, hey, the fans want it. We're gonna give it to you on social media. They announced it on TV after the fact. I mean, I'm not saying, you know what? We have Cena for 5 more dates, including this one. I'm not going to take it for granted, but I am going to say Cena does get the dub here. I think he needs a few more dubs before I think he goes out on his back in his last match. That's a conversation for another day, but and we'll definitely have that conversation, Kelvin. But I think Cena and AJ, and they even said they're going to leave it all in the ring. I've seen these guys in Wildwood, New Jersey at house shows. I've seen these guys at pay-per-views. Like, they're going to step it up. Cena really, I feel, has been leaving it all in the ring. He's been having some of his best matches now that he's a face again. The match with Cody at SummerSlam, I was there here in New Jersey, not New York, in New Jersey. Really, really good match. Really good match. I think they're going to leave it all in the ring. Could be match of the night. Could be. I still think the women's match could be, but it's going to be emotional. The build on social media gets a total pass from me. AJ, Cena, one more time. What do you
All
got,
right,
Kel?
so let's start with the build, right? The build is a master chess move from John Cena. And it is so far on his way out, Cena has gotten whatever he's asked for, right? Not really whatever he's asked for, because we found out he worked with R-Truth. He wanted to work with R-Truth to keep him in the company. Since then, things came out. It's been a we don't choose the opponent type of thing, right? So Cena going out on social media was like, let me poll the fans and let me see if there's interest in this match. If there is, let's have it. And he threw out AJ Styles. And because of the history, because of the we're going to beat up John Cena, because they had a great rivalry, I think this is a perfect stop on the way out. I really do. And the fact that they have so much good history and great matches together, I think this one will probably top what they've done before, because you're right. Cena has been leaving it all out in the ring. He has been so good as a babyface. And I think with AJ Styles on the opposite end of that, also as a babyface, you don't have to push the issue. You don't really have to necessarily have a story or even animosity. Let's just see who's the better man. And I like that scenario for both of them, because that makes that match this much more important, being that it's one of Cena's last matches. You want to have a lasting impression. And that being said, I do think Cena gets the win here, because it's been kind of flip-flop for both men. But I do think he gets the win here. I don't think AJ loses anything because of it. And that kind of helps the build as well, is because if AJ loses, it's one of Cena's last matches, man. You know what I mean? It's no sweat off your back. It won't hurt you. You put on a great performance, because I know it's gonna be great, and you go out like that. So I'm gonna say Cena for the win here. But I do think if it wasn't for the women, because I've learned my lesson, do not bet against the women, especially if they're early in the card, which WWE has been doing. If you put them on early, you make a mistake. So if you want Cena and AJ to be match of the night, then you need to let the ladies go later. Because if you do it earlier, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Like I've been saying this whole time, they will steal the show. It will be hard to come back from. So, all right, go with that. But I do think it's going to be Cena for the win.
You're so right, man. I love everything you said. Taking it back, you hit on something earlier. Taking it back to where you said like Cena doesn't necessarily choose the opponents. I want to say, and again, I don't know what goes on. I've just, the company says one
Right.
thing, he says one thing. Tripp says something, he says one thing. And again, I get it. This is a smoke and mirrors business.
Yep.
I completely understand that. I equate it to, and let me know if I'm out of line. Please push back. I equate it to like almost like a LeBron situation where like maybe he has a little say in who the coach is, or
Right.
like maybe tell
No,
me if I'm
not
out
at
of
all.
line with this. Like I feel like he might have a little say in who's on the team, stuff like that. I feel like Cena might have some sort of pull here, especially because this is his last go round. I'm sure there's a comment. Who do you want to be your last opponent? Or here's some guys we think would be good. Who would you want? I think just because he was heel, you got to kind of check some boxes, face people that were baby faces that you typically wouldn't
Right.
face. Now
Right.
you're a baby face again, so you can, fight some people. He's never fought Gunther, I don't believe. I don't think he's fought. Has he fought
No,
Gunther?
but
I don't think
Gunther
so.
has been announced as his last
Yeah.
opponent.
Is that official? I don't think
I thought
WWE
they
announced
did,
it, but I saw.
I could be wrong.
We're gonna find that out, guys. We'll check. We're gonna fact check that, and it might be because I have seen that as well. I don't know. I don't know what the source. It might have been like Fightful, which is a really good source. So, but maybe the WWE did announce it, and that's why they reported it. So I apologize if anyone in the chat can get that for me. Gunther as his last opponent, which I like. I was pitching Dom, but I think Gunther is just a great last opponent, especially if I think Cena's going to go out on his back. Plus, Gunther's the kind of guy who beats you and shakes your hand afterwards, even though he's a total heel. He has that respect for the game. So it's all right. Let's go to the comments, guys. If you know the official announcement as Gunther in Washington D.C. being seen as last opponent, because I did see that as well. Just want to know the source. It may have been WWE, so I apologize. Heather in the chat saying everyone knows what I think. Cena for the loss. Wow, no love for Cena. He's got 5 dates, but to each their own. And Cena was never like my guy or my favorite, but I always liked him. I liked his message. I love what he did for the Make-A-Wish kids. I love what he's doing now. I might like him more now than I ever did. But I always respected the
Cena
heck
is
out
like
of him, man.
for me, real quick. It's like you know that player that you didn't really like, but they were great. Whatever sport it was, right?
Yes.
Like I'm not a fan of his, but he's getting close to the end.
But everyone
he's
liked
getting
him.
close to the end. It's retiring, and there's like this little bit of sadness because like I can't hate you no more, bro. Like it's just like all right, respect. You know what I mean? That's how it is for me. It's like respect to you, man.
I love that, man, and I agree with that. And for me personally, I started watching when I was in college, so I was late to the game. I missed the Attitude Era. I came in when Rey Mysterio came in and the Ruthless Aggression Era. So Cena has been the face of that era up until this point. He's been on and off, but for me, that he was the main character in my fandom. So it's very bittersweet for sure. And wow, these Cena comment # no Cena dubs. We don't want to see Cena win here. Wow. Gina going with AJ Styles for the win here. Wow. No love for he's only got 5 guys. It's one of those things, you don't know what you have till it's done. I'm telling you right now.
He just got smoked by Brock Lesnar, man. Let him get one. Let him get one.
Right. You're so right, though, Calvin. And in the chat, Heather saying he's still recovering from all the F5s. That's fair. Shout out Chris Lovelady in the chat. So good to see you. Welcome. Let us know who you got on Cena, AJ Styles. Real quick, before we get to our last match, let's catch up. Can we also fact check the crazy prices? Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about that as fans. Did you see someone had a sign that this is old? The kid need to be at the show. That's why. I hope that's not true. But yeah, the prices have been, I'll be fair, the prices have been significantly up. For certain events. I know they're coming around here. I think we're going to try to go to the NXT show, which is in the theater at Madison Square Garden. So also, support NXT as well. But yeah, if you have a family, you want to take the kids, I know some friends have, for SummerSlam and things like that. And the prices have been an issue, but they're in the business of making money. I think just the concern is if you're not bringing the families now or the younger kids, how are you going to get that next generation of fandom? Kelvin, did you want to weigh in on, and you certainly don't have to, any thoughts on the prices
man.
right now?
So the Raw was in Dallas, and this is one of the first ones I didn't go to because of that. It's like it's way too expensive. It was
Well,
like
there you go.
$500 for nosebleeds. I'm like, pass.
Oh, no, no, no,
Pass.
no, no, no. Yeah, that's yeah, fair and you know what, man? I'm an analytics guy, I'm a facts guy, and I'm not trying to be negative, we try to keep it positive here, but it
No, for
affected you
real.
personally, I was like, "Hey, I'd like to go, it's around the block," but, ooh, I'm that's, these are
Yep.
WrestleMania prices, yeah, but if people are paying them and they're making their money, I understand why, but I just think, it could have long-term
Very well could.
ramifications, I certainly don't own a wrestling company, but yeah, and guys in the chat, that's why we want you in the chat. We want to know how you feel as fans, how this
Yeah.
affects you.
Support your locals,
Christopher
man.
Lovelady in the chat. Yeah,
Support
please.
support your locals. There's
Yes.
a lot of
Love
great
it.
independent wrestling shows there that'll give you the same bang for a cheaper buck, man. So if you can't make it to a WWE show, this is the perfect time. Find an indie show close to you, go to it. I guarantee you will like what you see. And it's up close, personal. You'll love it.
Wow. I love that you put a positive spin on that. True BCP fashion, man. I love that, Kelvin. What a total pro. But yeah, because some of these guys and girls that I've seen over the past 5, 6 years here on the independents since getting involved, a lot of
Yep.
them are in A&W. A lot of them are in NXT. Some of them are on the main roster right now. So it's very cool to see. Shameless promo. Check out Vicious Viggy just on Busted Open this afternoon. So I won't be sleeping on the couch tonight. Christopher is saying if Gunther gets a Lesnar style win over Cena, they can set up Gunther versus Lesnar and really build him up. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. I don't think the match is going to go down like that, but I do see Gunther Lesnar maybe happening since Lesnar is back. Calvin, I think you
No,
made
I
a face.
like
What do you
that.
got on that?
I
Oh,
like
you
that a
like it?
lot.
Okay. All right, we'll see what you got. Gunther beats the guy who ended the streak. Yeah, I think you need to have the next person. It could be Gunther for sure. As far as Styles and Cena, Styles goes out on his back and retire. Wait. A teammate. Whoa, wait. You're saying Styles retires after this match and then joins TNA for the invasion? Wow. I mean,
Huh.
maybe. I don't know about all that. I think Styles got a little bit of a run in him, but interesting. All right. Interesting. And then last one by Heather saying, agreed. Indie shows are amazing. We love current boyfriends. Thank you. I'm glad. Yes, she still likes me, so that's a good thing. Thank you, Heather, for the love and support. I believe
Let's
it's main
do it.
event time. Unless I'm skipping anything, let's do it. Calvin, very interesting buildup. We alluded to it earlier. Cody, who you've been following closely, man, I still see some of these heel tendencies that you've been talking about. It's there. It's one of those things where I think he could turn at any time, but I don't think that time is now. No pun intended. As Seth Rollins of the Visions takes on Cody Rhodes, and this is going to be for the Crown Jewel Championship, that very large championship, and you get a
Yep.
ring too. You saw Cody wearing the ring, so they're keeping that tradition honored here. I could make a case for Seth here, but on Busted Open, I know they were talking about what this would do for Seth's character if he loses, which might take him on an interesting story arc. I will say we've seen some range from Seth in the past couple of weeks that we haven't seen. Not to say he hasn't had it. This is just a different direction for him emotionally. He's always been great. He's carried Raw at times, one of the best in-ring wrestlers, arguably of all time. But the character, which has been great too, has just been so many versions of Seth Rollins. I'm liking seeing this insecure. This is the most insecure we've seen him. He's the top guy on Raw. He knows what this match means. He's asking Heyman to be honest with him. He's a bit emotional. His wife's involved. This could go any direction here. So I'm not sure the outcome of this match. Calvin, you got your finger on the pulse of this one. What do you got?
My gut is telling me with everything going on with Seth Rollins, Cody could take advantage of this and get the win in this match because Seth is just simply too distracted. But there's also a part of me that's saying, with everything going on and the story that they're being told, specifically with the Vision, with Becky and Seth, and if Seth were to walk out of this with a win back into that situation, he has way more leverage. He has more leverage than he would if he lost because even with everything going on, and Seth said something very, very interesting a couple of weeks ago. Seth said, no matter where I stand, whether you love me for it or hate me for it, I've always done what's best for WWE. And that is a very interesting line. So I started looking at Seth a little bit differently from that point. The fact that he does do what's in the best interest of the company, he's a company guy. I do think him winning this match puts him in a way better position to move pieces around. Meaning, I think he wins this match and he gets rid of the wise man because he doesn't need him. Or he gets rid of his oracle. He doesn't need his oracle. Why? Because even with everything going on, I still managed to walk out of this a winner. Because we've been at odds. You haven't been honest with me. And imagine Seth is the first person to get rid of the wise man and not the other way around, because the wise man will leave when he needs to. And imagine Seth being the person to see that and be like, get away from me. That would hit a lot harder. So I'm going to do something bold. I'm gonna do Seth for the win. Last time I did it, it worked out in my favor. I hope it does again. I'm going Seth for the win here.
I like it, Kelvin. I'll go to the comments first. I like it a lot. I'll go to the comments first before I share my thoughts. Chris in the chat saying Rollins needs to take this instead of Vision versus Bloodline. Yeah, you could see that some form or fashion come Survivor Series or War Games. Gene is saying I have Cody Rhodes to win with the Crossroads, maybe multiple Crossroads. Yep. He likes to do a lot of them. You know, I can make it. This is a whole going off tangent here. I could make a case that the Crossroads is a weak finisher because he always has to do 3 or 4. I don't want to be that guy, but just thinking. I'm starting to say things, Kelvin. It's late. True, and shout out Cody Rhodes. He's awesome. True, great points by Kelvin, but going for Cody.
Oh, there's another point to that too. It would be Seth's first win against Cody.
Yes. What is it? 0-3 against? So Cody has 3 against him. Oh, that's a great point too, and that's a point for your argument. I'm going to agree with you, Calvin. The more I think about this, it's kind of like what we said earlier. I think if Cody wins, we already know he's the guy. Like there's no disputing it. He has the title. He's the top guy. He's the current John Cena, if you will. And there's guys like Romans and all that stuff that are in the conversation as well. I just think Roman's absence kind of puts him out of sight, out of mind at times. So to the fans, I think Cody is the face of WWE, arguably. I think if Seth wins, like you said, it does something for him. It propels him because he's already the top guy on Raw, but it really elevates him. I don't think a loss hurts Cody too much here. I think Cody beat Gunther last year. So I think Seth, with that huge, ginormous crown jewel belt in the ring, he's going to have some sort of outfit to match it. You know what I mean? He's going to go all out. The Heyman of it all is very interesting because I think if Seth loses here, I think that hurts him. I think that really, really shines a light on his championship being the secondary championship and really shines a light on him being secondary, you know, and I think he deserves this win. I don't think it hurts Cody. Obviously there's the Vision of it all. There's the Becky of it all. There's the Paul Heyman of it all. Does this kind of build towards that Survivor Series idea? You can even make an argument for Brock showing. I don't think Brock is showing up here. It's very far away, but who knows? But I think it's a great point. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins on this one, Kelvin. Right. So I'll agree with you, man. Really, really great take. Let's see in the chat. Crossroads hasn't been, I'm sorry, I started that. Crossroads hasn't been protected at all. So essentially is weak. It's a weak twist of fate. Wow. Now we're going there. But yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault. I started it. It's on me. But think about it. You usually just 2 or 3, you know, and he will hit a bunch of them on Seth. Yes. Seth will kick out. Maybe Seth scores an underhanded victory. You know, if he won clean, that would be
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think so either. No disrespect.
Cody has a 97% win percentage, bro. Like It's got to be. Yeah, it can't be clean.
You're right. You're so right. So I'll agree with you. And I really thought about this all week because I have that kind of time. But I think Seth. I think Seth wins here, man. But always doing these prediction shows, Calvin, always gets me so hyped for the shows just a little bit more. So this should be a good one. I believe this one's in Perth at 8 a.m. our Eastern time over here. I think that's an hour behind for you. It was probably 9 over there in Texas, Calvin. So should be a great show, man. And thank you for staying up, Calvin. I appreciate you. Let's get that shameless promo in. Everything you got, no gimmicks, all the good stuff you got going on, and just getting a little bit more handsome.
First things first. House business here at BCP Plus. Please go check out the article from Mike Mueller and his goodbye letter to the Michigan Panthers. It is a wonderful article. Please go read that. And thank you, Mike, for jumping on this UFL journey with us. I'm gonna miss the Saturdays and Fridays that we all congregate and talk about our teams, and mine's more trash than everybody else's, so I'm gonna miss that, man. But I'll keep working for you, bro. We'll try to make something shake for you, man. So it's a pleasure. But please go read his article. Shout out to the DFPN family. We are getting ready to go to Cape Con in Cape Girardeau, Missouri next month. So if you guys are near Cape Girardeau, Missouri, the entire network will be there working that Cape Con. So please stop by, grab a ticket, come say hi. We'll be podcasting throughout the whole weekend. So it'll be fun. But other than that, go support us, thedfpn.com. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, chat, for agreeing with all of my points. I hope they're right. I hope they're right this weekend. And thank you, bro, for always having me on. These are always fun to do.
Thank you, man. Yeah, we'll get it going. I think we got Survivor Series coming up. So we'll definitely get you on, man. That's always one of our big ones with some of our BCP OGs, man. And I see your hustle over there with no gimmicks, everything you're doing, man. I respect it, man. Always love having you here, man. Excited for more UFL over in Arlington, man. So appreciate having you. I'll say goodbye now, Kelvin, because I know this will rudely turn on the ads and I won't be able to talk to you, but I'll send you very lovely messages. And guys, thank you for staying up. Support BCP Plus, support local music, support independent wrestling. And guys, like we always say here on BCP, everyone stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other. The BCP is brought to you by our favorite store, Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, located in the Englishtown Flea Market in New Jersey from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and online at FunkensteinWrestlingSuperstore.com. Get your favorite wrestling merch, retro video games, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, so much more. It's our favorite store. Thank you, Heather and Dan, for sponsoring the BCP. Also got to welcome back our sponsors, the No Gimmicks Podcast, the podcast that keeps it 100% real 100% of the time. Check out our guy Kelvin, only on the No Gimmicks Podcast. Wrestling All Day, All Night is the best wrestling discussion group on Facebook. We provide more of a community feel here and have wrestling fans introduce other fans to something they may not have seen before, such as old school wrestling, indie wrestling, Japanese wrestling, and so much more. We also strive to be a source of information regarding upcoming wrestler meet and greets and signings. And remember, we're open 24/7, all day, all night. Be sure to follow on socials and join the group on Facebook at Wrestling All Day, All Night. Welcome back our sponsors, Sweet Chin Musings. Sweet Chin Musings is the creation of the reigning, rarely defending, highly disputed champion of wrestling podcast, Mr. Perfect, Mike Mueller, and his tag team partner in crime, Luke Kudialis. SCM focuses on the in-ring product of WWE and AEW, no dirt sheet rumors here, as well as backstage news, predictions, and analysis of characters, storylines, and major pay-per-views. Old school fans, don't worry, we have you covered as well, with a look back on classic matches, top 10 lists, and interactive tournaments that let the fans decide who is truly the best of all time. You can find them at Facebook at Sweet Chin Musings, and check out the podcast on all major podcast platforms. Please welcome back our sponsors on the BCP Plus and the podcast, GPW Productions. GPW provides your promotion or event with top-tier video, audio production, live streaming, and more. I can personally vouch for them in saying they are hands down the best production company I've ever worked with, as they have and continue to work with the likes of AEW, GCW, StarCast, MLW, not to mention the majority of the local independent promotions here in the tri-state area. They can even help you film a vignette or promo for your persona or gimmick. And guess what? GPW doesn't just work in wrestling. No, they cover MMA, boxing, basketball, or any other sporting event as well. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Mike Sesko, Frank Leone, O'Neil Andros, and the team for giving me multiple opportunities to work with them and some of the best talent in the world. Thank you, GPW, and guys, book GPW for your promotion or event today at contact@gpwproductions.com. Please welcome back one of our favorite sponsors, Mania Club. Established in 2015, Mania Club is a WWE-recognized community for fans with an eclectic love for both the world of professional wrestling and raising money for Connor's Cure. During WrestleMania weekend, we host the official tailgate of WrestleMania while also celebrating the life of Connor McCollum. They are the single largest donor within the V Foundation for Connor's Cure, with over $150,000 raised. Please donate and join the Facebook group over at Mania Club on Facebook. Donate at jimmyv.org/Mania Club. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for the months of May and June, J. Adam Photography. Jay provides quality, artistic, innovative photography with a quick turnaround time. Be sure to check out his latest ISPW wrestling pics and much more stellar content. Right now, wrestlers can do a special portrait shoot with Jay in Sparta, New Jersey for just $50. Contact Jay at Jay Vogel on Facebook and be sure to follow him across socials. Thank you, Jay, for sponsoring the BCP. Guys, let's welcome in our new pod sponsor, Cooper Groove Grips. When you play Cooper Groove drumsticks, you get increased sensory feedback from your hands, so your grip will naturally loosen, but you have complete control. With that taking place, you don't have fatigue and soreness, which can lead to long-term issues. Guys, as a drummer, Cooper Groove is my drumstick of choice. Sweaty hands aren't a problem. Grip is good. Don't forget to check out their amazing Cooper Groove bats coming out soon. Guys, follow at Cooper Groove Grips on Facebook. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsors, ISPW Weekly, where we dive deep into the world of ISPW, the crossroads of professional wrestling. Join Jumpin' Jay and Total with Tom every week as they interview the stars of the ring, uncover their stories, rivalries, and the electrifying action that defines ISPW. Be sure to check out ISPW Weekly on the ISPW Facebook page every week. Are you looking to press play on Feeling Good Again? Well, Twisted Shamrock Studios and Spa, our premier sponsor here on BCP Plus, Delaware County's Retro Recovery Rebels. They're here to rewind time and reboot the way you heal. From therapeutic massage and assisted stretch therapy to glow-up facials and energy work, this is where function meets feel good. Perfect for athletes, overachievers, and everyday Joes and Janes who need real relief with a vintage twist. Not to mention pro wrestlers. Reboot your body, recharge your soul. Rock the retro vibe. Call or text 484-574-8868 or visit twistedshamrockstudiospa.com. Guys, please welcome back our returning podcast sponsor, USDN. USDN Podcast is run by USDN Chairman and the Council of Nerds. We bring you all the latest news and rumors from the world of nerds and consolidate it right here at the U.S. Department of Nerds. USDN is for the people, by the people, and of the people. Follow them at facebook.com/US Department of Nerds. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for 2025, the Ropes and Riffs Podcast, featuring Maestro John Kiernan, speaking with the stars of professional wrestling about their in-ring, tunage, gear, and so much more. Check out John's interviews with the likes of Lince Dorado, Mercedes Martinez, and so much more. Find the Ropes and Riffs Podcast on all major podcast platforms. Guys, please welcome back our returning sponsor from the left side. Get hit from the left side with all the wrestling and sports news you can handle. Thank you from the left side for sponsoring the BCP. Please welcome back our returning sponsor, independent superstars of pro wrestling ISPW, ahead of their Wild West Wrestling Showdown. That's going to be Friday, September 19th at Wild West City in Byram Township, New Jersey, starting at 7:30 p.m. It's going to be Leo Sparrow challenging Justin Carino for the ISPW Heavyweight Championship. Evil Chica teams with Vicious Vicky Venuto against Tina San Antonio, Ava Everett. Many more matches. Get your tickets now at ispwwrestling.com. please welcome back our returning sponsor, Warriors of Wrestling, ahead of their acclaimed King of New York tournament Saturday, September 6th at Fun Station in Staten Island, New York. Get your tickets now at warriorsofwrestling.com. Don't forget to get your tickets to Bree Combination Wrestling, the Grand Rumble, a tribute to Mama Pan. That's going to be Sunday, September 21st at the Mecca, 106 Bergen Ave, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, for the Grand Rumble. Don't forget the BCW World Heavyweight Champion, the Allfather, Darius Carter, defends against Kelsey Reagan. Get your tickets now, and don't forget it'll be streaming on Title Match Network. Please welcome back returning BCP sponsor, Bell to Bell, ahead of Saved by the Bell, September 20th, 2025 at 3 p.m. at the world-famous Monster Factory. Check out matches like Vicky Venuto taking on Gabby Ortiz, Haas House versus Leah Knight and Taylor One Shot. Don't forget, you'll see former WWE superstar Tegan Knox, Lena Cross, and many more. Get your tickets now at belltobell.com. Guys, please welcome back a returning sponsor, EM Collectibles. That's right, they feature live signings, collectibles, toys, and more. Be sure to follow them on their Facebook page and stay tuned for upcoming events. Those upcoming events include September 6th, Veteran Pro Wrestling presents September to remember a special appearance by American Gladiator, Malibu, and Glow Star Tiffany Milan. September 27th, 90s Wrestling Con with Scotty Riggs. October 25th, Glory Days Grapple Con 3 with Brutus Beefcake, Harvey Whippleman, Bill Alfonso, and one more possible name. May 2nd, 2026, New England Fan Fest with Adam Ball, Henry Whippleman, The Headbangers, and Power of Pain. Please welcome our newest podcast sponsor. It's the SDN Podcast for in-depth WWE predictions, pay-per-view reviews, and insightful interviews with wrestling personalities. I highly recommend the SDN Podcast. They cover all the big events and give you expert analysis every single week. Be sure to subscribe and stay updated on everything pro wrestling. Thank you, SDN Podcast, for sponsoring the BCP.